First of all, welcome, Rosie. You have myself, Tom Brooks. I am the Vice President for Divine Mercy University. Um, and I work for the enrollment, marketing areas, those kind of things. And currently, I'm helping launch the new Ph.D. in Counselor Education and Supervision program. Since it's just you, we'll go through just several things, and then maybe if you're interested, you and I can just set up a separate call and we can go a little bit more in depth. But a couple of things to highlight as we get going. Um, we'll do the overview real quick, and as you can notice, I'm working from the website. And what this will do is allow you to also see the different parts of the website for this program, and kind of do any research you need to do to help yourself or something that will spur questions. Um, okay, two roses. All right. So, Rosie, can you let me know, are you a former DMU student?
No, I'm not.
Okay, perfect. Now I can hear you. All right. Then, a lot of this will have relevancy to you then, and that'll help you if you were one of our graduates from our master's program, then we would have skipped over some of this. But I'll go through it kind of quickly, and then, hopefully you can get to the Q&A as well and go from there. So, since it's just you and I, where did you go to school?
I went to school, William Carey University in the state of Mississippi and
Okay,
University of West Alabama and uh, in the state of Alabama.
okay. And are you a licensed counselor?
I am on the Department of Mental Health. I want to go back and I'm lacking like 4 classes. Then maybe I can get my LPC, but I have to get to a K-CREP college. Are you guys K-CREP?
We are. So I'm sorry. Are you licensed right now?
Yes, I'm licensed through the Department of Mental Health. Yes.
Okay, and what is that? What's your credentials? I'm sorry. When you say that, I don't understand it. I apologize.
It's certified mental health therapist. That's a credit, CMHT.
Okay. All right. Our undergraduate program, or I'm sorry, our MS in clinical mental health counseling is our master's degree program, and it is
Uh-huh.
CACREP accredited. The
Okay.
new program, which we're here to talk about, the PhD in Counselor Education and Supervision, is not accredited yet. But it's a what we call it's not a new launch program. It's what we call an addition. And what it does is it cuts down K-CREP accreditation opportunity by about half. So the idea is that, and we did this with our undergrad, or I'm sorry, with our master's program. Everybody that went through the program eventually was certified as K-CREP accredited and all that.
Hmm.
Even the ones that graduated before we got it, they were in what we call the window. This program will probably get it right around the time that we'll start graduating people, or almost immediately after. So it is a K-CREP program in waiting. And again, it'll be shortened before it's over. But as of right now, it is not K-CREP approved. So, Divine Mercy University embraces the Catholic Christian vision of the person flourishing and educates students in the core knowledge, skills, and disposition to be leaders in the professional counseling field. The PhD in Counselor Education and Supervision, or what we say is the PhD CES program, is part of the DMU Global Campus School of Counseling. The vision of the CES program is to train global transformational educators, clinical supervisors, researchers, scholars, leaders, and advocates who are passionate about their role in overarching profession of counselor and education supervision. Graduates are compassionate and ethical in their work as trained professionals that honor and respect the innate dignity of every person in a global, diverse population. So, whether you've been at DMU or not, it's important to understand kind of our thought process on not only this program, but all of our programs. And that kind of gives you a brief overview of the program and our kind of our thought process. I do want to mention that tomorrow is the deadline for anybody that wants to submit for the early admit scholarship, which is $2,000. And all you need is part one in there. And there's two parts to the application. One is the application itself. And then the second part will be the submission of some things that we'll go through in a minute. So the mission of the School of Counseling is to develop and maintain a worldwide educational community, offer master's and doctoral level degree programs, professional counseling in support of DMU's integrative mission with a culture of feedback wherein student voices are heard and respected. These are kind of the important things for anybody looking at these programs. Students will be prepared to hear the rich and complex voices of clients and counseling students, a view of each person's flourishing, even in the midst of human difficulty and challenge. 2, they'll demonstrate compassionate, versatile interpersonal skills to develop healing relationships with clients, transformative training with counseling students, and collaboration with other professionals. 3, will become a professional counselors and counselor educator who is informed by a Catholic Christian vision of a flourishing person, inspire themselves and others to have a courage to trust, hope, and love. The online counselor program and CES provides rigorous training and counselor education to prepare students for academic, research, clinical, consulting, and leadership careers. The program is uniquely designed to facilitate a deeper and holistic understanding of a flourishing person by integrating the wisdom of philosophy and theology with a cutting-edge research and counselor education, enabling students to make a difference in a variety of settings across the world. Basically, you'll acquire the necessary skills to engage in the scholarly examination of counseling processes and theories with integration in the practice of counseling and the Catholic Christian vision of a flourishing person. The science and art of counseling supervision, the development of teaching methods, roles, and responsibilities related to educating counselors. Original research in the areas of interest, receive faculty support, interact with students and researchers from diverse areas of expertise, and present their research in a variety of settings to advance the field of professional counseling and counselor education. The science and art and leadership and administration for the counseling profession, professional organizations, counselor education, and their local community, the global community, and the communities of Catholic Christian faith. These are right along with the KCREP standards, doctoral curriculum. And then I'm not going to read through everything, so don't worry about that part, but it's important for us to kind of let you know who we are. The program overview, the program is a 90 credit doctoral program, builds on DMU's Master's in Counseling, Clinical Mental Health Counseling program as a foundation and incorporates 30 credits from the program for the 90 credit doctoral program. What that also means is if you graduated with your master's from another school and you're licensed, theoretically you should be able to transfer in 30 credits and be able to only need to take the 60 credits. Students with graduate degrees can transfer up to 30 credits into the PhD program. The doctoral program requires an additional 60 credit hours of coursework addressing professional roles in 5 areas. And these are important for you guys to understand because it's really relevant to what you may or may not want to do in your careers. The first one is obviously counseling. Second is supervision. Third is teaching. Fourth is research and scholarship and leadership and advocacy. Additionally, students are required to complete internship experiences in advanced counseling, supervision, and teaching, and doctoral dissertation of original research. There are 3 extended weekend residencies at our campus, so you would be required to come in for those. They're once a year, and they start the first one's pretty quick in the program, and then pretty much a year later. The residencies are designed as working residencies where students gather to encourage each other, practice skills they are learning, and focus on the completion of the dissertations. Um, when you're not at the school, um, we do use state-of-the-art technology for both asynchronous, traditional online learning with significant use of videotaping of various clinical and professional skills to be viewed by peers and faculty, and synchronous learning where students will have virtual face-to-face interactions in their learning process. If you're looking at what you can do as a career with this degree once you complete academia, you can work as a professor or faculty member, department chair, program director, curriculum developer, subject matter expert. There's a slew of other things under that area. Clinical practice and supervision. Many folks have said, look, I just want to continue on my practice. I just want to be smarter about it. And I want to be able to do some other things with the license or the degree. Some of those require our licensed professional counselor, clinical supervisor, mental health administrator. And if you're out in the field already, you know, there's several other areas you can work in. We've chosen not to list. It is an exhaustive list. There's other folks that, you know, want to continue their practice, but also have a desire to create research and evaluation so they can become a research scientist, a program evaluator, a grant writer. They can write books, white papers, tons of other things. If you're looking to get published, this is a good way to understand how to really work that from a more senior level. Then, of course, there's leadership and administration, higher education administrator, nonprofit administrator, government agency administrator. Again, in academia, you can come in and, you know, be a division chair to a number of other things. And then, you know, a lot of folks look to do things like write books, articles, or develop workshops on counseling topics, become a public speaker. They can be used as a consultant. There's a number of areas that this degree really helps, you know, folks move forward. So it's kind of a brief overview in that area. And then what I'm going to do is we're not going to go through everything like course descriptions. But what we will do is, I'm sorry, got to get back over here. All right. So for those, you know, we talked about our accreditation. We are, as a school, accredited by the Southern Association of Colleges, SACS, and our master's program in counseling is KCREP accredited. Our PsyD program in clinical psychology is APA accredited. And then we're set up through the state of Virginia to operate as a university. So again, on our website, you can see all these things, and they can help you understand accreditation. Rosie asked a question earlier, you know, are we KCREP accredited? This program is not KCREP accredited yet. It will be, we will be submitting our request when it's time it's appropriate to do so. And we're pretty confident we'll be okay in that area. When we submitted for our master's program, we got a full grant, and, you know, we did it in pretty quick time. So we were pretty happy with that. So let's talk a little bit about program requirements. So everything that I'm viewing, I want you guys to understand is on the website, and you can go back later on if I've gone too quick or I didn't answer a question for you, but it'll help you understand where to go get this information. So the PhD in counselor education and supervision consists of 90 credit hours. You talked about that. You get the following information is relevant to this. You have your 30 credits coming in from your master's degree. Then there's 7 core content courses, which is 21 credits. There's 3 courses in internships with 7 credits, 3 courses in integration with 6 credits, 3 courses in research, which is 9 credits, and 17 credits in dissertation research and writing. I won't go through all of the other things like residencies or everything like academic good standing, any of those kind of things that as all being master's level folks, you've kind of gone through this. As I mentioned earlier, there's 3 residencies. And basically the first residency is during the first course of in the program, and then the same term each year following year for students in the program full time. So if you're part-time, it may adjust as to when these would happen, but theoretically you're doing these at the beginning of each year. The first one is the CES 740, Advanced Seminar on Professional Identity, Legal and Ethical Issues in CES. It's a 3-day residency in week 4. CES 791 is your internship 2, Supervision, 4-day residency 2 in week 8, and that's year 2. CES 899, Dissertation Research and Writings 5, that's a 4-day residency 3 in week 1, and that would be the last semester. Again, I won't go through all these, but you can see things like academic good standing, passing grade, retaking courses, incompletes, those kind of things. So it tells you a little bit about the residencies. Oh, the curriculum. Again, I won't go through all of these, but this is where you can take a look and see the different courses and their identity, if you will. So you'll see we bring spring 1A actually is our January start, which we're currently taking applications for. You can see spring 1A and spring 1B. Our program is based on terms. So 1A would be 8 weeks, spring 1B would be 8 weeks to fulfill a 16-week term. And then you can kind of see the courses in each term. And then it goes down from there. So again, I won't walk through all of these with you guys. I just want you to be aware of where they're at and allow you to peruse it on your own. And go from there. So that's your curriculum. Course descriptions, if you really want to learn, what each course is, this is where you're going to find out what's in that course. And it gives a pretty good idea of what you're going to learn. So this should help you understand things that maybe you have specific questions on regarding what skill sets you require, what education you acquire, all those kind of things. I will introduce you a little bit to our faculty. We have find it here. So these are the different folks that we have working in the program. And the program director currently is Dr. Stephen Sharp, which is over here. And then over here, you can see all the different faculty we have in the program. We're pretty proud of our faculty. We have a very strong faculty, and they are, not being a counseling guy, what I can tell you is our folks come out highly prepared, highly motivated, and I hear nothing but rave reviews from our students as they go through the program regarding their faculty members. So they learn a lot and they do it in a positive way, which we think is the right way to do it. I've been in education for 30 years, and it's probably one of the best faculties I've ever seen, actually. Admissions requirements. Let's talk a minute about that. If you're interested in applying, these are going to be the requirements you're going to need. A master's degree in counseling or a related mental health field from an institution accredited by an agency recognized by the Department of Education. Preference will be given to applicants who are professionally credentialed in a mental health occupation clinical or school counseling, marriage and family therapy, social work, psychology, etc. Those accepted without such credentials will need to take the necessary extra courses and internships for those credentials before graduating from the CES program. A graduate degree cumulative GPA minimum of 3.0 on a GPA scale of 4.0. You need to complete the application process, which includes completed application for admissions document. That's the first document that I told you about. One recommendation form from an academic reference. If you believe you may have trouble obtaining an academic reference, maybe you've been out a while, please contact me and let me know. We'll talk about an alternative. Submission of official transcript from all post-secondary institutions, even if a degree was not awarded. Submission of essays as noted in application for admissions document, and 2 video clips of clinical work, role play, and a teaching / presentation, minimum of 20 minutes each. Again, these can be role play. They don't have to be from actual sessions. If they are from sessions, they need to be FERPA relevant. And I'm sure you all understand that. Current curriculum, vitae or resume. There isn't a $55 application fee, but there is an application fee waiver. And we can give that to you when you're ready. There'll be 2 video conferences, one with myself. We'll go through any of your questions, any of your thoughts, and all that kind of stuff. And then once you've submitted all of your documents, which is the second part of your application, you would be, and we've talked, you'd be required to sit in on a group interview with the program director and faculty, some faculty members, to talk to you about the program, what you're looking for, and how you could fit into what we do. If you're international, please raise your hand or note in the chat. Otherwise, I'll skip the international part. I don't think we have any international students. Okay. If we do, I'll come back or connect with you online afterwards in another way. After all application materials have been completed and received by our admissions office, the applicant will be invited to schedule a video conference interview with admissions pending. And it's not all, again, it's part 1. I will talk to you guys after the initial application is submitted, and then we'll talk about how to finish your application submission for the group interview. You're not admitted until you get through that group interview and you have been given the green light from the program director. For those that want to come into the program and don't meet the requirements, but I'm sorry, if you're looking to join in other programs, like we have a PsyD in clinical psychology, and then we have this Ph.D. in counselor education and supervision, you would have to meet with the other area as well if you're considering one or the other. Again, this program is online with the residency components. Our PsyD program is actually 100% on campus. Successful participants in a CES program will demonstrate not only strong academic aptitude, but exceptional research and writing skills, ability to gain knowledge that covers both a breadth of the field, a professional counseling and depth in specific area of the field, but also grit, the ability to persevere in the lengthy process of research and writing to complete the dissertation. In order to best support students in this endeavor, the Ph.D. in counselor education at DMU uses a cohort model to create a learning community with 3 extended residencies on campus. The initial cohort requires a minimum number of applicants to ensure a cohort size leads to an ideal learning environment. The question is, what does that look like? We are only accepting 12 students per start, and we only have 2 starts a year. Again, This is our initial program start, and meaning January, and this is what we call the inaugural group. We're very happy. We still have a few more spaces available. We're looking to have about 6 or 7 more applications to fill everything out. Because people change, things happen, and we go from there. So we're not full yet, but we definitely want, if you're interested in January, you definitely need to get your application in, uh, especially for the early application deadline. $2,000 is still $2,000, which is nice. The transfer piece, students may transfer up to 30 semester hours from their master's degree into the 90 credits of the PhD coursework. For a transfer course to replace a PhD counselor course, the following requirements must be met. School at which the course was taken must be appropriately accredited. Each course credit must be equivalent to 1 semester hours or 1.67 quarter hours. The student must have earned a grade of B or better in the course. The course must overlap with a PhD in CES by at least 80%, and then transfer credits must have been completed at postmaster's work coursework, which is 7,900 level within the previous 7 years to be accepted. Courses with a grade of B minus or below will not be accepted. Correspondence studies or life experiences will not be accepted for transfer credit as well. So that's a really brief overview of the program. It is an overview of what it requires to get into the program, and then a little bit about Divine Mercy University. All right, so we'll go ahead and end here. Henry, my contact information is below on the website, as you can see. You can set up a Calendly if you want, and I can work through other questions with you. And I'll be reaching out to you by early next week at the latest. Appreciate you attending the webinar. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Otherwise, I'll reach out to you shortly. Have a good evening. Thank you.